All right, now we're going to learn how to form bar chords in a little different way. And in this way, instead of having to learn 4 new chord shapes, we're going to stick with the chord shapes that we have already learned. And this process is one that I call completing the bar. All right, we're going to take the F chord first, all right, and we're going to play the F bar shape. So here is the elementary way of playing the F, right? This is how we learn to play. All right, so here's what we do. We have this pinky hanging out there, right? So we use the pinky to cover, in this example, the 5th string of the 3rd fret. So now we've got F. This is also a slash chord called F/C. But if you notice, we've now got 5 of the 6 strings covered. So to complete the bar, we leave these fingers right where we are, and we move our index finger off of the mini bar on the second 2 strings, and we just cover all of it. All right? Now, I'm going to only talk about 2 chord shapes because they're the most useful. So if you notice in the F, we played it with fingers 1, 2, 3, and then we added the finger number 4, our pinky, above it, which is just the opposite of what we do when we learn a new E major shape. Remember, this is the E major shape. So we're employing the same shape, but we're reversing the order in which we play the ring finger and the pinky. So F, F, and then complete the bar. Okay, that's the F shape. Now the other one, which is the most useful, and we talked about this before a little bit when we were talking about learning to play the B minor. We play the 3-string B minor, right? Then we add our pinky above it to play the 4-finger B minor. Now, if we hold this shape, okay? If we hold this shape and then we do the same thing we did with the F, use our finger to bar the rest of the strings, we got the full B minor bar chord. And we're doing the same thing. This is where we learn to play the new A minor shape, right? In the first way of doing it. Instead, we're reversing those fingers 3 and 4, ring finger and pinky, and we're playing the B minor like this, and then we're completing the bar. All right, so those are the 2 ways of, and you can do the same thing, I guess. Here's B major, complete the bar. Here's F sharp minor, right? 4-finger, but this one's a little harder because you have to put your ring finger up here and then complete the bar. All right, so that's the second way of playing bar chords. Now, yeah, it's in the early part of that, it's not a true bar chord yet. If you're playing a song, say we'll play a G, and we'll play an E minor, then we need to play the B minor. When you play the B minor completing the bar type, all you do is you play the B minor this way for the first strum, and then on subsequent strums you use that intermediate time to complete the bar. So it would go like, and I'll do it slowly, G, E minor, B minor. See what I did there? I played the B minor I did it fairly fast. I went 3-finger, 4-finger, complete the bar. And I'm right back to a full bar chord. You won't notice any difference in the sound. It's the same as if I played it, you know, the traditional way of playing it. It's the same sound. I just got there in a different way. You can do the same thing with the F, right? Play. C, F, complete the bar. All right, so that is the other way of playing a bar chord. All right, now, why play bar chords on anyway? Well, because these are movable shapes, and you can play bar chords all the way up the neck, and you can play just about every chord by just using those 4 bar chord shapes. Now I'm going to demonstrate this. I'm only going to use the F and the B minor to demonstrate this, although you can use the other 2 shapes as well. In fact, you can even use a C bar chord but to play a D, but nobody ever plays C bar chord shapes, or very few people do. All right, so now I'm going to demonstrate this just using our basic chords, the way that we learned them in the beginning, all right? The same principle applies. You could use the bar chord shape, but you can, if you never play a bar chord shape, what I'm about to show you still applies. And it all has to do with movable chord shapes and the musical alphabet, all right? So here's F, right? Here's F. F on the first fret. If you move them up, remember the musical alphabet, F, if you skip a fret, you're going to play the next natural note or the next natural chord. So this is F. We skip a fret, we play G. Skip another fret, we play A. Okay. Skip another fret, we play B. Now remember B is the one, B and E, we don't skip. They're in the next natural note or natural chord is in the next fret. So there we play C up here. Then it continues. We want to play D. I should have a cutaway to demonstrate this, but then you could play D. So you can play that F shape. You can play it as a bar chord too. Same thing, same principle applies. F, G, A, B, C, D. All right? The same thing happens. So those were all majors that we played, right? The same thing happens when we play the B minor. This is how we can play our minor chords. So here's B, or if you want to play the full bar. So this is B minor, right? This is B minor. So now we're already at B, so if we don't skip, so we move up 1 fret, right? And we're going to play C minor, or barred C minor. Then if we skip the next fret, we're going to play D minor. Skip, we play E minor. E minor. Since we're at E again, we don't skip, and we can play F minor, then G minor, if I could play it way up there. So with the F shape, or playing the F, we can play all the major chords by following the musical alphabet. And with the B minor, we can play all the minor chords by playing the musical alphabet. You can do the same thing with the F sharp minor shape, or the bar, by moving them up. Following the musical alphabet, every other fret, or when you get to the B and the E, the next fret. So that's the beauty of bar chords, so you can play all different chords anywhere up the neck just by keeping that same shape. So I hope that made sense and gives you a little bit of an introduction on a couple of different ways to play bar chords.